The 2024 GMC Acadia drops the V6, gains a turbo of 4, and grows in most every measure as a roomy three-row crossover SUV. What kind of vehicle is the 2024 GMC Acadia? Different from the comparable Chevrolet Traverse, GMC's three-row crossover SUV gets a new style with the 2024 Acadia makeover. It is larger than competitors such as the Ford Explorer, Jeep Grand Cherokee L, Honda Pilot, and Toyota Grand Highlander, but smaller than the truck-based GMC Yukon. Is the 2024 GMC Acadia a good SUV? It won't be known until we drive it later this year, but it seems promising at first. The 2024 Acadia takes a more truck-like presence to differentiate itself from the Traverse and blend in with the GMC family. It is longer, wider, higher, and packed with more standard equipment. However, the V6 is deleted in favor of a more powerful and efficient Turbo 4. With all of these improvements, the 2023 model's TCC rating of 5.8 out of 10 should be met. What's new for the 2024 GMC Acadia? The third-generation Acadia features a longer, roomier footprint and, most notably, third-row headrests, a first for an Acadia. Not only does the Acadia clearly distinguish itself from its predecessor, but it also makes a visual distinction between what makes the Traverse a Chevy and what makes the GMC. The 2024 Acadia adopts the broad slotted grille and center bulging hood of the GMC Canyon and Sierra pickup trucks, with C-clamp headlamps as bookends. This year, the pillar covers are moved to the back, creating a larger rear window opening that goes along with a higher height and a lower beltline. Along with growing 10.6 inches longer, 3.2 inches taller, spreading wider, and riding on an 8.4-inch longer wheelbase, these changes are made to better showcase the optional 22-inch alloy wheels on the top Denali grade. On the outside, the AT4 and Denali trims that we saw in advance stand out. The Denali chooses sharper body color garnishes and chrome-like elements on the rockers, greenhouse, and grille, while the AT4 adds gloss black trim accents and black rubber on the rocker panels and rounder wheel arches. Goodyear Wrangler 265/65 are all-terrain tires mounted on 18-inch black wheels propel the AT4, and two red tow hooks protrude from the lower grille above the steel skid plate. It features molding lights on top of the wheel arch, just like other GMC trucks, and the wheel apertures are bigger than on other versions. It is a full inch taller than elevation versions and half an inch higher than the Denali with a ground clearance of 7.8 inches. The differences, according to GMC, amount to an improved approach angle for off-roading. Nevertheless, the complete specifications won't be confirmed until nearer the time of the January 2024 sale. The new Acadias have a bigger tailgate, a light strip that dashes Morse code between the taillights, and an integrated rear roof spoiler that covers the sloped windshield like a hood. Every Acadia flexes quad exhaust tips below, all of which are said to be working. Inside, the alterations become more noticeable. C-shaped vents flank a new, standard 15.0-inch touchscreen that is vertically oriented and centers the dash. The Acadia's screen arrangement, which has a volume dial in the lower center of the screen and feels like a Tesla copy, is similar to Ford's, but the bottom toggles for the climate control give the Acadia a GMC truck-like vibe. The dash's hood, which is covered in optional leather and cross-stitching, ends abruptly at the touchscreen and drops over to the passenger side like a Frank Lloyd Wright roof. The Acadia, according to GMC, exemplifies the company's new interior design language. The Denali grade is distinguished by wood trim, a panoramic sunroof, chrome accents, and other upscale features. The gear shifter is moved back from the console to the steering column, which has an integrated 11.0-inch digital gauge cluster. All of the apps for the programmable screens are operated by the Google operating system. The armrest console has truck-like depth, while the shifters moved to the column frees up storage space in the tiered console. Returning to the larger cabin, the second row can be configured with two captain's chairs to reduce the number of seats to 7 or a 3-seat bench. Without requiring the removal of a forward-facing child safety seat, a latch located in the top of the seat back tilts and slides the seat forward with ease, especially for smaller, more delicate hands. It is simple to enter the third row by either pushing the captain's chair forward or strolling down the aisle with it in place. Although the third row 60/40th split seat sits higher, allowing for higher knees, there is still ample headroom and legroom to accommodate 2 people, or a total of 6 adults. Although GMC would not provide precise dimensions, it did say that there is around 80% more cargo space behind the third row and 36% more space behind the second row compared to the vehicle from the previous year. The 6 adults could each fit a carry-on for the airport shuttle, and the cargo floor's tiers make it easier for the active family to fit an emergency kit or a dump tray for soiled sports gear for the kids. The third row seats of the Denali are powered to fold. What powers the 2024 GMC Acadia? There is no longer a 2.0-liter turbo, 4, or 3.6-liter V6 available. Rather of the V6's 310 horsepower and 271 lb-ft of torque, a new 2.5-liter turbo, 4 generates 328 horsepower and 326 lb-ft of torque. This increases the 2023 Acadia V6 with all-wheel drive's combined fuel economy to 21 miles per gallon. It also raises the tow rating from 4,000 to 5,000 pounds. All versions come with optional all-wheel drive, with the exception of the AT4, which comes standard. The 9-speed automatic has also been gradually replaced with an 8-speed automatic this year. In all-terrain mode, the electronic twin-clutch rear axle on that model may change its 70-30 front-to-rear torque bias to an even 50-50 for increased grip. It can also disconnect on the fly to conserve gasoline while driving. GMC hasn't revealed much more than that, although 2 suspension systems with hydraulic rebound control on the AT4 will be available. How safe is the 2024 GMC Acadia? With more sophisticated available capabilities and more standard driver assist technologies, safety is still a top emphasis. Automatic emergency braking with pedestrian and bicycle detection, blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control, automatic high beams, and a rear seat reminder are all included as standard equipment. Super Cruise and a rear-view camera are available as options for all models. The hands-free driving feature is now accessible on over 400,000 miles of mapped interstates and split highways in the United States and Canada. The IIHS and NHTSA have not yet conducted crash tests on the 2024 GMC Acadia. How much does the 2024 GMC Acadia cost? The starting price of the new 3-row crossover SUV, without destination, is $42,600. GMC added a lot more information and rearranged the trim choices, but it is still at least $5,800 more expensive than the 2023 model. Both the SLE and SLT trims have been replaced with the Elevation package from last year's base SLE trim. Given that the well-equipped 2023 SLT cost $41,100, the increase in price for comparable items is more like $1,500. There are also AT4 and Denali versions of the 2024 GMC Acadia available. An 11.0-inch digital gauge cluster and a 15.0-inch Google-powered touchscreen are standard features of every 2024 Acadia's infotainment system. It connects wirelessly to both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. A power tailgate, 2 USB ports in each row, remote start, heated steering wheel, heated front seats with power adjustments, and a satellite radio trial are among the standard convenience features. Goodyear Wrangler 265/65 all-terrain tires mounted on 18-inch black wheels propel the AT4, and 2 red tow hooks protrude from the lower grille above the steel skid plate. Its electronic twin-clutch rear axle, which can disconnect on the fly to conserve fuel while driving, and its off-road tuned suspension allow it to go from a 70/30 front-to-rear torque bias to an even 50/50 for increased traction when in all-terrain mode. Acadia Denali, 2024, costs $54,300. Thanks for watching.